Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is your friendly neighborhood summoner Maladar, and in this video we're going to be covering the Alliance War Season 19 update and the quests portion of the roadmap. See, when the preview for this roadmap came out last week, I really wanted to make a video because it included quite a few of the items that we had on our boycott list, and I really wanted to make a point and do that. But then I was like, you know what, man, some of the stuff on this preview actually looks a little too good, so let's just wait for the future announcements. They had a whole schedule with the dates, and today is June 23rd, the first part of the update to the roadmap. Let's see how that goes, and then maybe I'll do a video. So fortunately, it kind of looks like I was right in being cautiously optimistic, because unlike some of the yes men that you see on YouTube, I feel like the updates to Alliance War are completely tone deaf. They are the complete opposite of what the majority of the player base, as I've seen, wanted. And it's just not something to be excited for and look forward to, like, at all, unless you're like that 1% that really likes to be tortured in Alliance War and likes to spend on items and just has fun doing that crap and enjoys all these idiotic nodes. Then nobody's gonna like this. And as you've seen from KT1's video, and I do highly recommend watching that video, I just like his point of view a lot of the times, because quite simply put, he's not an ass kisser unlike 90% of the YouTubers out there. That's why in my parody video I did call some of the CCP, at least on YouTube, Kabam's propaganda machine, because whatever they announced, everybody's like, oh my god, it's so fun and exciting and it's so good. Whatever champion it's coming out, oh my god, new god tier. Like, I'm sorry to say this, but somebody had to say this up front. Like, if you're in front of me right now and I will talk to you and I'm like, man, cut that shit out. God, it feels good to get that off my chest. All right, so let's get back to this BS of an update. So they removed some nodes nobody was bothering for because they were crap, not because they were not popular. So the update, I'm not gonna read all of this, okay? I'm just gonna share my thoughts on some of it. I'm not gonna sit here and read everything because it's boring. Nobody cares about that. You're here to see my thoughts on the update. Okay, so Bulwark is gonna make this node so not fun. It's just ridiculous. And then you have Stubborn, which is the new defense tactic, which they should just take this tactic from the piece of notes that they have, and they just take it from here and just shove it down the toilet, flush like 5 times, 6 times, and just forget you even wrote this, okay? The way they announced it last week, I thought it's gonna be like fun and exciting, but none of the stuff that I'm reading here is actually fun and exciting. It's just like how I feel. This is how it makes me feel. Like reading all of this, number one, you read it like you're reading the terms and conditions of some BS item that you paid $9 for, and it comes with like the terms and conditions, which is like a book. Nobody reads those, nobody cares. They should have made these notes like very simple, practical. Sometimes less is more. The rewards update is good for the majority of tiers. The amount of time it's gonna take to complete the map and having to deal with all these new BS globals, nodes, whatever you want to call them, it's just not worth it. Let's not get it twisted, man. This is, in theory, this is a free-to-play game because you can download it, you can play a little bit, and it's free to play. Yay, look, I'm playing with Marvel Champions. That's how they suck you in, okay? But to actually gain anything of value, number one, you have to play like crazy, which is what I did for 4 years, and I've had enough of it, bro. Like the grind in this game, I've had enough of it. Second of all, you have to pay, you have to spend to keep up. And as somebody who's been in like 3 consecutive #1 alliances, it's not enticing. This is, yeah, so you get 10% of a tier 5 class catalyst rank rewards. Boo! Am I supposed to be excited for that? How long have the 6 stars been out already? Has it been 2 years yet? And we're still barely getting into rank 3s. At this rate, my son is gonna be in like 12th grade in high school, and they're gonna start offering chunks of 30% of tier 5 class. This is more of the same BS that's been going on ever since before even 12.0. And as somebody who was part of the 12.0 movement, this is just Kabam's typical behavior. It's more of the same, making small updates. KT1 has been covering this, and they just give you a little bit the minimum that they can do. And like it's like they do one thing nice, and then there's like 10 bad things. And then what do we have? Your new titles and badges. If you like the title so much, go for it. I have the most rare title in the game. Anyway, nobody can be Consigliere anymore. It's just for the 1 week of #1 map 7, and I was part of that. So I already have the rare title. I could care less, but it's good that they add new titles. Whatever, man. I'm not gonna hate on like cool stuff. But here's the funny part. So the new solo event, this new solo event, looking at this, you know how I feel like? I feel like the same like looking at you know, the solo quests that you have in the game that haven't been updated since 2016 with the top reward just one 4-star signature stone. I feel the same looking at this. I'm just not gonna waste any more time. So Alliance 4 Season 19 updates are crap. I don't like them. I don't care for them. Platinum life, gold 1 life, that's what I care about. Let's just move on from this garbage right now, okay? The future of quests. Kabam Goggy. Their new vision and all of that, la 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 la. Okay, back issues #5. Now, see, variants I like. I completely hated variant 1 because it was 100% pay to win, okay? Anybody that's not gonna admit to this fact is just a hypocrite, and I don't even care who I offend, okay? Variant 1 was a piece of crap. It was no fun. By comparison, Variant 4 was awesome. It was some bullshit nodes, but it was awesome in total. I had a lot of fun using my 2 stars and all that. That was great. So if Variant 5 is gonna be more like Variant 4, and look, I can read this whole paragraph, but it doesn't matter. None of this text matters. What we want to see is action and them actually doing what they're gonna say that they're gonna do. Act 6. Now, all this text in Act 6, it's very confusing. Like we had a bunch of people in main chat, like confused about the timing, how the compensation is gonna work, how this is gonna work. Whatever they removed from the champion fight, you know, they removed that BS node. What do you call it? The no retreat. Thanks God. Okay, that's just horrible. Okay, that was torture. They removed the dexterity from 5 to 3. Well, as long as dexterity is actually going to work, because you know, right now you can perform 20 perfect dexterities in a row and maybe none of them will register. That's what they need to fix in this, okay? Reducing the number from 5 to 3, that's also great, but have dexterity actually register, man. It's just so annoying. Block penetration, that's great. They remove 50%. See, a lot of people wanted them to remove the 4-star gating, right? But the gating is still there, so that's gonna piss off a lot of people. But overall, I do see some generous nerfs to Act 6. They could have done more, but they could also have done a lot less. So let's just give them props where they deserve props. See, I'm not a total asshole. I would be extremely happy if this company would just start doing the right thing. I would be the first one out the door. I would be the biggest Kabam shill. I would love to just sit here and be like, bro, that is so good. I would love to be that guy. I would be the #1 Kabam shill on YouTube. You know, it's not like I'm asking them to give people stuff for free, okay? It's a pay-to-win game. Keep that in mind. I always tell people this from day one. This is a pay-to-win game, man. Forget about free-to-play. Free-to-play is just something to get you to play this game. The focus of this game is pay-to-win. That's how they make their money, man. That's why you got whales. The whales dictate the game. And if the free-to-play crowd doesn't like this for whatever reason, if other people don't like this for whatever reason, That's fine, nobody cares. But without whales actually spending and funding this game, you would not have a game. You would not have a game to play when you do your little stream to complain about the people that pay for you to play this damn game. You see how that works? And if you don't like me saying this, I don't care. You can do whatever you want, but it doesn't change the truth. Okay? Good. I'm so happy I finally got this through to you. Okay, so when and how, this tells you when the book 2 is gonna come in December. Now, honestly, I want to see some more details about book 2 because it's a lot of fun and interesting things they mention here, empower players with choices and this and that. But until we actually get some details and there's gonna be another beta where people get to test this and we get some concrete information, this is just a whole bunch of empty promises, and we've had so many empty promises, 5 years of empty promises. Okay, reduce player mental load. Well, then remove all the dexterity crap from the champion fight in 6.2, and then you'll reduce the player mental load by a lot. All right, so let's move on from the book 2. We'll worry about book 2 in December. Cavalier difficulty, it's not going to be here till September. Now, if they're going to make Cavalier difficulty like variant 1 or act 6, they can take that Cavalier difficulty and shove it somewhere. Here you release date September 2nd. Okay, well, you know what? We'll worry about Cavalier when it gets here. I'm just glad, I suppose, that Cavalier is finally coming here. But if it's going to be all pay to win, they can just rewards boost. Okay, so there's going to be a story update. You know, this whole thing, look at this. See this whole paragraph? You could have just used 2 phrases. All rewards to Act 1, 2, and 3 are irrelevant. We're buffing them. That's it. Compensation. There's going to be compensation for Act 6. Beyond the quest. Lead game designer. Kabam that Jim. Jimmy! So you're the guy we gotta direct our frustration from Act 6 and Abyss to. Okay, the battle the music is getting updated. Ooh! By the way, if you guys need some beats from somebody that had #1 records on several charts, I'm here. I just never talk about it, but I'm just putting myself out there. You know, I'm available. You know, we can cut a deal. You know, remember what I said? I can be your #1 kabam shield. I can be your kabam shield and beat maker. Come on, that's like 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, so blah blah blah, that's all great. Boss rush and more. So what I read from this is that it's gonna be like a new boss rush for 5 weeks, and then after you do all of those, you get access to this Omega quest, and it's gonna have all the bosses, and that's gonna be in late July. Okay, can I ask you guys to do one thing in this boss rushes? Okay, can you not have it be like 5, 6, or 7 different islands where you gotta do the same fight over and over again till like I feel like my brain melting and falling apart? Just have it like 3 sets of 5. Make that shit hard because you're gonna do that anyway, and frustrating. Put it all out on that thing, okay? But if I'm gonna have to sit there for 1 hour and do the same fight over and over and over again, that's just not exciting. That's grindy, that's repetitive, it's just not fun. And we've done that how many times in the past already? It's not fun. Every time that stuff comes out, people complain about the same thing, okay? Don't make it a drag. And here's a suggestion that I have. Whatever content you guys decide to do, people playing this game, they value their time, okay? I know games need to have a grind factor in them, and as somebody that's been playing World of Warcraft since 2006, yes, I'm still playing, I understand grinding extremely well. But see, grinding needs to feel rewarding, okay? People like to create goals in their minds and then work towards those goals. Now, when the grinding becomes stale and it's doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, it's just not fun anymore, man. It's just boring. It's like a job, a chore. People don't like chores. People like to grind for a goal because they get something cool at the end of that grind. When the grind is a chore and this reward you get for that chore, it's also just mediocre and non-exciting, people don't want to do that. So let's remove the boring part of the grind make the grind more exciting and more rewarding, and everybody will be happy. People have the impression that this being a mobile game, a lot of kids are playing this game, and it's true to some extent. Maybe there's quite a few kids playing this game, but the majority of the people playing this game are adults. So why are so many adults acting like kids, man? Why are you guys acting like kids in the comments, on Twitter, in the line chats? All you guys do is just spread rumors, talk a lot of shit, offend a lot of people, create this alternative universe of facts. You're talking about stuff you've never been part of, okay? You've never experienced firsthand. I feel like there's so many people, it's just, I keep posting that Denzel Washington video out, you know? It's like everybody's in such a rush to get it out there, get it out there. They don't care about the facts. They don't care about what actually happened, what actually was said, what actually was done. They just want to talk about it right away. They just, whatever they heard, whatever the rumor, they just want to have a reaction to it. They just want to put it out there. It doesn't matter who they're hurting and who they're offending, and it doesn't matter. They just want to talk about it and be loud like a barking carnival dog. And then you have people determined to make a living out of just talking out of their ass, man. It's just nonsense. And then people who don't know better, they listen to those idiots, and then they go around and they make death threats. Imagine that. Making death threats based on fake information that was put out there by somebody that just it's putting out videos for the sake of getting views. Just think about that for a second. How pathetic is that? Anyway, guys, these are my thoughts on the roadmap on and pretty much everything in this game. I hope you've enjoyed it, and whatever, I don't need a sub, I don't need anything. Just if you're enjoying this, do what you need to do. Other than that, have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. If I'll even bother to make another video about MCOC, I don't know. See ya.